Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Horror Talks with Tate. I'm Tate, your host. In this podcast, as usual, we dive deep into the plots, character development, themes, director cuts, and so much more. We are back with another bonus episode today. As you guys remember, in the last bonus episode, we had Kit Green with us, who plays Tinkerbell in the upcoming Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. And she was so nice, and it was really amazing talking with her. Anyway, in this episode, we have another actor with us. I would love to welcome to you all Louis Saintern, who plays the role of a beloved childhood character that had turned completely savage, which is Tigger, in the second installment of the Twisted Childhood universe, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I am so happy to have Louis to be in my podcast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview, and please welcome Louis Saintern. Hey,
Hello.
Hey, Louis, how are you?
Very good, you?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
Good, good.
Thank you so much for joining.
Cheers for having me on. Thank you. Can you hear me all right? Is the connection okay?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Because the Wi-Fi was a bit dodgy this morning, so I'm glad it's all good.
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's
How's it
good.
going?
Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing you as Tigger.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go through all the questions.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
cool.
how did you get into acting, even the horror genre?
How to get into acting? So I got into acting. I was never really an actor until I was about 11 years old. So I was quite young. And I just did like a local production and then just fell in love with it really. Like I feel like acting is such a drug. I always call it like a drug when you're performing on stage or in front of a camera or something. And it's that drug that you keep chasing sort of thing. So I got this sort of like rush from doing it at 11 and then carried on doing it through school and college and then eventually got into drama school. Did 4 years of drama school and then the way I got into the horror genre is quite interesting because I graduated from drama school and got a job at the Globe at Shakespeare's Globe doing Romeo and Juliet at the time. And whilst I was doing that, because I thought this is kind of the avenue I'd be going down, because I did a lot of Shakespeare at drama school. I then got my agent sent me forward for Tigger, and then I remember when I got the character sent to me, like the character profile and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is just a dream. Like I love horror films, but I never really did much horror before that. I think I did like a horror short film, and that was it. So when I saw that character, I was like, this is an absolute dream. So yeah, I just said to my agent, I was like, please just push me forward for it. And I feel like I needed to get that role. I was like, I need to get into this. And yeah, and that's how I got involved. So Tigger was like my first horror sort of big horror job.
Wow, that is really great.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so if you like horror, like what is your favorite horror movie or franchise, and why is it your favorite?
So I love it. I'm a massive it. I love a load of horror films. Like I love so many. But it's like the one where this is quite interesting because whilst I was at drama school, I was always obsessed with horror films. I'd always watch them and think I'd love to get in that. And the one that really changed it for me was It 2017, that version with the first one, Bill Skarsgård in it.
Yep.
And just what he did with that character. I remember watching it in cinemas when it first came out, and just what he did, just with the voice and just the prosthetics as well, how he looked, and just the movement and everything he did with that character. I was just in awe. I remember watching him thinking, this is I would love to do something like that because he's fully immersed. Like he's a great actor, but I think that was his best role by far because he was just gone. Like there was nothing of him left, sort of thing. I remember watching that and thinking I'd love to do a horror character like that, where I'm just fully immersed in the character, like looks wise, appearance wise, and like the way he's acting as well. So that was a big film for me because it kind of changed how I looked at my acting career as well. Because I was like, that's something I want to work towards now. So that's pretty why that's my favorite. Yeah.
Wow, it was my first favorite horror movie, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
that's
actually
cool.
it was actually the very first horror movie that I watched. With
Yeah,
And I'm also excited for the TV series that is coming.
Yeah, Welcome to Derry. Yeah, I saw that the other day. I only just saw like people were chatting about it. And I thought, what's this? I looked on Instagram and saw, yeah, Welcome to Derry. It's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's coming very soon,
Mm,
and Bill Skarsgård is coming back
mm.
as Pennywise.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me
Yeah, he's
too.
amazing. Honestly, he's a genius.
Yeah. How do you feel? What do you think the audience feel when seeing the movies that you're in, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2?
It's quite. It's just lovely, really. I went to America when it first came out, so the first cinematic release was in the States, and I went to Los Angeles for it, and it was so nice because we had a Q&A for like 3 nights in a row. But when we had the Q&A, it would be after the film, so we could always. Sorry, someone's trying to get in quick.
Yeah.
Someone's already. All right, so I'm in a suite right now, and my mate's just trying to get in. But yeah, it was interesting because it was like the Q&A was after the film, so we could actually go into like the cinema screen and watch it with the fans. But they didn't really know we were there, sort of thing. So I'd be sat at the back of the cinema, like, I'd eat my popcorn and seeing like the fans' reactions live, and it was just the best feeling in the world. Like, as an actor, to sit there and just hear the vibe. Do you know what I mean? Feel the vibe and hear their reactions and stuff to your work. Do you know what I mean? And I was over the moon. Like, it was a bit. I couldn't have imagined a better reaction. Like, I thought it was be received well, but not to the extremes it was. Like, it was just they just loved it over there, and they that same in the UK as well. Recently came out in the UK, and we had the premiere there as well, like the little Q&A there, and it was the same sort of thing that we sat in the cinema with the fans and people that wanted to watch it, and it was just the best feeling, honestly, in the world to hear how much they loved it.
Wow, that's amazing. Because like the time I was watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 at the cinemas, I was more than excited to see Tigger.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like there was, yeah, people were definitely excited to see him. I could feel the buzz in the room. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. Are there any other upcoming projects that you're excited about?
I've got a couple. I've got one that I unfortunately can't talk about. We've just actually wrapped on that recently. But I really can't mention it. But it's coming out, well, it'd be announced pretty soon. But I don't think I can talk about it. I've
Oh,
got another one coming out, it's on, I think I can talk about it. It's on my IMDb. I've got another project coming out. That's what I mean. I've got these little other things, and they're all horror based films, but they're just I don't know if we can talk about them yet because they've not been announced. So I've got a couple exciting ones coming up. But as soon as they can be announced, I always post it straight away on my Instagram and stuff like that. But stuff that I can talk about, obviously, I've got like more films with Tigger coming up, which is very exciting. So we've got Pooniverse later on this year or start of next year. Winnie 3 coming up as well after that, and more to come. So yeah, a lot of exciting things that are coming.
oh, I'm really excited for these two movies, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 3
Yeah,
and Pooniverse.
Pooniverse is insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you about the questions about the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. So like, how did you feel when playing Tigger?
Yeah. It was honestly, I keep saying it, but it's true. It was an absolute dream playing Tigger because like I said earlier, when I got the character sent to me, the breakdown, it said like Pennywise was inspiration for starters, and I was like, oh my god, it's literally like I've been obsessed with this character for years. It said Freddy Krueger as well, and I love Freddy Krueger. It said Art the Clown, Joker, all these characters that I adore as an actor, and you kind of mix it all into this one character, and then it was like he's going to be in a straitjacket, and he's going to be animalistic, and you're going to use because I'm training combat as well, so there'd be a lot of combat in it and very physical, and I love physical roles. So all of it was just like my dream character sort of, rolled into one. Um, and so it's for me, you couldn't write a better character. So when I was playing him, just like even prepping it, whilst I was prepping it, I was just almost still pinching myself, being like, this is just such a cool moment. Well, it's just a cool thing to do in your career. And then when I was playing him, I kept having moments of like realization on set, being like, this is just so cool, man. Like when you're just fully in those prosthetics and do you know what I mean? And the stuff we're doing, and seeing the practical effects happening around you, and the magic's unfolding in front of your eyes, and it was just yeah, it was an absolute dream.
Wa- Wow, because like the way I saw you play Tigger, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I went insane. Yeah, I literally that was another good thing about the character as well. Is like there was with characters, obviously, there's an element of holding back, obviously, because you got to keep it natural with any sort of role. But this is one of those characters that there was no holding back. Like I was chatting to the director and the producer. I'm like, what do you want with this character? And I remember, I think it was Scott, the producer. I think he said to me, he was like, we literally want Tigger like he's on 50 Red Bulls at once. Like he's like high adrenaline all the time. Like he's just necked 50 Red Bulls now. He's just ready to kill. So I literally just saw that as like this is you could do it wrong, obviously, but it felt like I couldn't do it wrong at the same time, if that makes sense. It
Yeah,
feels
that
like
makes
I
sense.
can just let loose and just go absolutely psycho, and it's gonna work. It was not. It's quite a good therapy, to be fair. It's quite a good therapy just to go crazy and just go absolutely mental on people.
Yeah. Um, what is it like working with the cast and crew for the project?
Yeah. Oh, they were an absolute dream as well. Honestly, like Reese and Scott, they're just the best guys to work with. Honestly, I was texting Reese quite a lot before the film, and he was just so cool. Just with like we were just meeting, we were like on the same wavelength with the character at all times. Like I'd be giving an idea, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's cool," and he'll be giving me back an idea, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, I was thinking the same thing." Like we kind of just, I feel like we met in the middle with Tigger, and that's why it worked so well. Same with Scott as well. Scott was just really supportive and just saying he can't wait to work with me, and it was just I felt so welcomed before I was even on set. And then you get on set, and everyone's just so. Even though it's such a dark film and it's so gory and bloodthirsty, like everyone was just so lovely. Like you do all this messed up stuff, and then they're called cut, and then everyone's so nice to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I was checking on whatever act I'm killing at this point, and then people were checking up on me, like you doing okay. So I felt really welcomed. It felt like a little family for a few days. So yeah, no, it was a dream.
Wow, that like it would be a great thing like working with the crew, like making a lot of friends.
Yeah, yeah, you make so many friends, and people now like obviously Reece and Scott I'll be working with again, and a few other people we're working with again. But even people like crew that I might not see again, or extras and stuff, I stay in touch with them all the time, and still texting each other on Instagram all the time. And yeah, so you sort of make friends for life, really. People that you're always going to sort of be able to message, in the future, and sort of, or hopefully cross paths with again.
Ah, okay. Because
Yeah.
like I was also wondering like were any other actors like terrified when they saw you as Tigger?
Yeah, it was a weird reaction when I came out as Tigger. It was like a bit of both. So like I was the first monster on set, so I don't think a monster was seen yet. Like none of the actors were putting prosthetics yet. I was the first one. So when I came out, a lot of the crew were like, "Oh my god, going crazy," because they haven't seen one yet. They haven't seen an actor in the full gear. So they were taking loads of pictures and stuff, and people going, "Oh my god, that's crazy." But then there was also the element of like people were definitely uneasy around me. Like before I got into prosthetics, I'd come on set and I'd chat to everyone, just having a bit of a chin wag with people before we get started, and everyone was talking to me fine. But the minute I was in prosthetics, I noticed that like people couldn't hold eye contact with me at all. They'd be like looking away. They'd be like telling me to come to my mark and be a bit sort of nervous around me. Not everyone. Like some people were just like Reese and Scott were loving it. Like they were just so excited to see me. But there was definitely some crew members and stuff that I could tell were a little bit more uneasy because I'd be covered in blood as well. So I was like drenched in blood and sweating, and do you know what I mean? Just I'm feeling a bit ferocious. So I feel like they were just a tiniest bit uneasy around me.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when the first time I saw you as Tigger, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it is a crazy. The looks so good. I mean, the people that do it, the prosthetic studio, the couple, they're just amazing at what they do. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was the same as you. I was just like a little kid in the sweet shop. Because I first saw it on a mannequin head. I remember I turned up on set and they're like, "There's your mask there," and they had my mannequin head there, with the thing around it, and I remember I was just like going crazy. Um, so yeah, I was literally like a little kid on Christmas morning.
Wow. Yeah, because I'm thinking because like everyone wanted to see Tigger during the release of the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Yeah. Hmm.
And until they just announced that Tigger is coming because like he entered the public domain at the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 because Tigger was one of my most like during when I was little, I used to be Tigger used to be my favorite character in even with Pooh.
Mm.
And now that when Winnie the Pooh is turning into a murderer, I wanted to see I was very happy to see Tigger coming as a murderer as well.
Yeah, it felt like that because when I mean, I heard of the first one, never watched it yet. I was at drama school at the time, and obviously, the minute I got cast, I then like, right, I need to watch the first one now. And I watched the first one, and I watched all their interviews, and I looked at behind the scenes stuff and fan reactions, and obviously the biggest thing was, where's Tigger? Why is he not in this? Because he definitely feels like the sort of fan favorite in the cartoon, and he was for me as well. He was my favorite as well in the cartoon, and I feel like he is the majority's. like the majority of people like Tigger. So it definitely felt like there was this sort of pressure there. As much as I was very excited, and I couldn't have been more excited for anything, but it definitely felt like there was that pressure there because the minute I was announced, like back in September, I think it was, so quite a while before the film came out, they released like 3 images of me, and everyone went crazy online, and my phone was just blowing up for days. And I did have this sort of element of like, I already filmed it by this point, so I was like, oh god, I hope like people like it. Do you know what I mean? Because people are waiting and they're hungry for this character, and you think, God, I hope I've done it justice. So you sort of, it's a nerve wracking thing as an actor to sort of like, I find it more nerve wracking to watch stuff after you've done it. Do you know what I mean? If you're on stage, you can fix things if something goes wrong. But in a film, you've done it now. Like I have no control over the product. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when I watched it in America, I was like, oh God, I hope it's good and I hope it's received well. But it was. Do you know what I mean? Everyone went crazy when Tigger was first on screen. So thank God. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So the other thing I want to ask is that because of like the way Pooh and his friends looked, um, I just have a feeling like because I know everyone wants to see more screen time of Tigger in Winnie the Pooh Blood
Mm.
23. Do you think that might happen?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. I've already spoke to like Reese and Scott about like because I went with them to America and I was in Germany with Scott recently and stuff, and we spoke about ideas. For there's like as much as there's nothing set in stone, there's a lot of brainstorming going on with number three already, and it sounds great. Like some of the ideas they've got for like myself and other characters, it will be amazing. Number three, and I think I think I'll get a lot more screen time because I feel like the sequel, that this one was more like a build up to my character. Like it was almost like that sprinkling of like, here's a little taste of Tigger, and that's how it felt, I think. And it was like sort of because obviously I get released from the cage, obviously spoilers, but I get released quite late in the film, and then obviously my main moment is right at the end when I just go crazy and a load of ravers. So I feel like it is just that little teaser, like giving the audience a little taste and leaving them wanting more for the future. And I think it's done that.
Yeah, because and even like for Puniverse Monster Assemble, that
Mm.
that will be my the highest movie that I'm excited to see because it'll be like all these characters working together.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be crazy. I mean, like that same with Winnie Three. We've got a lot of ideas for Pooniverse. Like I've heard some ideas from Scott and Reese and stuff like that. And it just sounds it will be insane. Like I'm so excited, and people should be so excited for this film because it's never been done before. Like obviously, I know the Avengers has been done, but not a horror version of this kind of thing. Like it's never been done before. So it's like a whole new take. It's a whole new sort of thing for cinema. And yeah, it's just gonna be chaos. Like you said, they'll be working together, but obviously some of them won't meet eye to eye as well, so they'll be battling each other. So that film would be absolute chaos, but it'd be beautiful at the same time.
Wow. Yeah, because like the other guess that asked me which characters are am I excited to see, like Pooh, Peter
Mm.
Pan, which is
Yeah,
Nicola, who was the first guess. She asked me who am I excited for the most, and I was like, I don't know.
really, yeah, it's too many to choose from now. It is like that's the good thing. It'd be a massive dopamine hit. This film, it'll be like Tigger. You get more Tigger, and oh, more Tigger. Then there'll be new characters popping out. Then maybe Peter Pan because he'll probably be a fan favorite. Do you know what I mean? All these new characters that coming out that fans are going to adore. Pinocchio popping out. So it'll be all these things. It'd be almost too much to handle, but at the same time, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, yeah, because like I started to get interested in the Twisted Childhood universe since the time they announced the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the the way I see the first one, I find it really fun,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
and and like when I saw Winnie 2, I was not expecting it to be that great.
No.
It
Yeah. It's a massive jump up. Yeah. Definitely.
yeah. Yeah, because the way I love the movie, which is like the huge redesigns for Pooh and his friends,
Mm.
and even my most favorite part of it is like when there's lots of death.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those films. It's chaos. I mean, it's just chaos, and obviously that's what they wanted to do, and the guys did exactly that, and I think, and even more. It's just that chaos, but there's so much realness to it as well, which I think is so good about the film. like the whole story with like Cavendish and stuff like that, and like those little moments where it sort of brings down, the chaos a little bit, and makes it more real and gives it a bit of sort of gives it that root. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just the way it's done is perfect. There's that sort of up and down sort of moments in the film.
Yeah, yeah, because my favorite part of that movie is the rave scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like it did look like it was like really fun to film.
Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, honestly, because obviously I wasn't there for the actual rave. That was obviously Winnie the Pooh doing all that, and obviously I just kind of picked off the group of like 11 or 12 people, whatever it was, that got away. So I kind of So it was fun to sort of be in the back of it. Do you know what I mean? Sort of dealing with the little people that get away, sort of thing, and picking them off one by one.
Yeah, 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 because like I really love the line from the rave scene where Tigger just appeared and just went like, "Hello, everyone."
One. Yeah, no, I loved doing that, honestly. That was the first thing I think we ever filmed. I think it was I got on set and then saw the extras there and they did their little bit of them running in. And then we were still working out the voice, we're still sort of working out the accent for the character, we're still like, unsure. And then I was trying out English, and English just wasn't really working with the character. And then I went to Reese, just went, "Hello, everyone." And then Reese was like, "Oh, that's it." He's like, "Do that, do that, do that." And then that was it. And then that was the moment. So we literally like, "That sounds good." So that on that day, we kind of decided he was American. He sounded a bit like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, 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 because like the way I saw Tigger in the rave scene, like the way he kills p these people was like kind of like Freddy Krueger's style.
Yeah, all claws and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 because like there was like too many deaths, and I think I love all of them.
Mm. Yeah, and it's clever how they did it as well with like the diff because obviously you had Pooh killing at the same time and Tigger. So it was interesting how they sort of did the Pooh was using weapons and he's very hulky and big and he's more sort of I see I feel like Pooh rips through people as quick as he can. He just wants he wants, do you know what I mean? He just wants to smash their head in or drill their head in and just throw one to the side and just get him out of the way ASAP. Where I feel like with Tigger, it was a different element and it was more like ferocious and vicious, and he actually wants to take his time with it more. But there's still a few people I was picking off quite quick. But obviously, not to spoil it too much, but obviously, as you know, a couple deaths where I'm taking my time a bit more with them, or it's overkill. Like they're already dead, and I'm still still shanking them, still stabbing them and clawing at them and ripping away stuff. So yeah, there was that element of like I think there was even though there was two characters killing, it was very sort of different methods of doing that.
Ah, okay. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, cause like what I see, like the way Pooh was killing people, like w like he did have like a some kind of baseball bat with nails on it, like
Yeah, yeah.
and like all Tigger was using was just his claws.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the difference in him. I think it's just because yeah, he picks up weapons and he uses anything he can, which is so cool. And then Tigger's just yeah, he doesn't want to. He wants to kind of eat him. He wants to bite him and claw at him and stuff. So he feels like Tigger's like the dog of the family. I feel like you got all these like more civilized, like dare I say, civilized characters with like Piglet and Pooh using weapons. Tigger's like, no, I just use my teeth. I just use my claws.
Yeah, yeah, and the other thing I saw from the movie, like like I saw from other reactions that
Mm,
like when Tigger just saw Christopher
mm,
and like what about without any spoiling, like what happened after Tigger said hello, Christopher?
yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened? Yeah, well, a bit of a mad thing happened. To be fair.
yeah, yeah. People actually didn't want to see Tigger die.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting because I was chatting to someone yesterday about this, and they were saying how like this is one of those films where like I feel like people are rooting for the villains, which is obviously sometimes quite unusual. And I feel like yeah, like people didn't want Tigger to get hurt or to die, and like they actually, it's interesting. Like normally you're meant to hate these sort of characters because they're just pure evil, but like the way fans have been reacting to the characters, it's almost like they're rooting for the villains over the humans. Um, but I feel like that's going to change with like as the movie's going. Like Peter Pan's going to be the darkest one, so I feel like that's going to change. But I feel like with Pooh, that's why it's so fun because it's more actiony and it is like it is yeah like people start rooting for the killers and they don't want to see them get hurt. I just find it interesting.
Oh yeah, cause like what I heard, cause my last guest, which is Kit Green, who played Tinkerbell in Peter.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she told me that Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is gonna be have like psychological, and that Scott is wanting it to inspired by the Black Phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks amazing. I actually had a day on set there just to sort of check it out, and it looks beautiful what he's making. And obviously it's wrapped now, but it looks amazing. But it is going to be very different. As much as it belongs in this universe, it will be like they've been, you know, advertising it as the darkest tale of them all, and it is going to be the darkest one by far. So it's nice to have these different, even though it's in the same universe, the films are very different. Ours is very much popcorn fun, action, horror. Like you can kind of laugh at it a little bit, laugh with the characters, obviously funny lines and stuff like that. But with Peter Pan, I think people are gonna maybe go in with that expectation and come out and be like, "Oh my god, like that was dark." And that's what you want, you want to have these films being different, and then they all meet together, and have their own sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's my most favorite part for Puniverse Monsters Assemble because like seeing all these characters like made up, and I I just keep getting the feeling like there's gonna be like a lot of like lots of death, like too many,
Mm,
because like
hmm
if like Pooh and all the others are gonna kill anybody who gets in their path.
Yeah, yeah, I think it will be that sort of thing of like, it's going to be interesting because I said this recently as well, but it's cool to see villains have villains, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like in this film, I'm ripping through humans like they're nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's too easy for me. And same with Pooh, he kills so many people, and Owland. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of death. So it'd be interesting to see. Like I'm looking forward to playing Tigger in a way where like he's a bit fearful of some of the other characters because if they are fighting together, that would be great. But I do, there will be some characters that don't meet eye to eye, and they will sort of disagree with each other and whatnot, and they won't get on. So it'd be interesting to see if Tigger's like fearful of any other characters, and he has his own villain that he's a bit wary of. I think that'd be very interesting.
yeah, that'll be great because. Yeah, because I would love to see all because like the way I love to see all of them together because like I've always liked seeing like all these like every villains from other movies like working together.
Mm,
Yeah, and about Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3, like I I find it I was like really surprised that there's gonna be like new characters coming along with Pooh and his friends. Like Rabbit, the Hevelumps, and the Woozle.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I was thinking because I was with someone at the movies and we were kind of thinking if Kangaroo's gonna be in there, but I have a feeling it's not gonna they're not gonna be there. Am I right?
I'm not too sure. I would never say never. I know rabbits really people want rabbit really bad. And I'm not going to comment on any of that because I don't think I'm allowed.
Yeah,
But I know rabbit's probably the one that he's like Tigger was the one they really wanted last time. Now Tigger's now here. I think the next one they really want is rabbit. But I think it's one of those things because it's just such a great universe to have, like Winnie the Pooh and all these fairy tale, sort of childhood cartoons and stuff because there's so many characters, there's so much to play with. So every movie could have a new character. Do you know what I mean? You could do that for years. So I feel like, yeah, I do eventually think if Rabbit comes out, then maybe if he did come out, or then Kangaroo could, then be people want that. They want to see how like because Kangaroo could be really interesting because it could be like twins or something or two characters working together. I always think like the twins from Us, like it could be like that.
yeah.
Um, and then you got obviously the Heffalumps as well. So they were teased in the credits. So there's a load of them, so you could really work with that. So there's so much potential, and I feel like it's great because you can just give the fans a little bit more every single film. Like there's this character, now there's this plot. There's all these different things that you can keep adding to this universe.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, about the credits, like when I saw the drawings of like the other movies that are coming along, the
Mm,
second drawing I saw looked like a kind of like a giant elephant. I have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is that the Hevelump?
Yeah, that's meant to be the Heffalump. Yeah, it's like a zombie sort of version of a Heffalump. And yeah, I don't know when and if they are coming to the. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. But yeah, I think the ideas they have. I've heard a couple of the ideas for the Heffalumps, and it sounds amazing. Like what the potential that they can have.
Oh, okay. And I think the last thing I want to tell you, because I think be, like during while you guys were filming that Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 2, I was
Hmm.
I kind of thought that Rabbit's gonna be in there.
Yeah, yeah. Quite a few people thought that. I remember when I actually got announced back in September, they put a picture of like my leg up or something like that. It was just my leg or my foot, like the day before they released it, and most people said rabbit, which was that was well, not maybe not most, but a lot of people said rabbit, and it was quite interesting because I thought I in my head I thought the minute they put a leg up and say oh a new person's getting announced, a new character, I thought everyone was gonna go oh my god it's Tigger, it's Tigger, it's Tigger, but they didn't. A lot of people were like oh that's rabbit, that's rabbit. Do you know what I mean? So he's definitely a character that people sort of expected to see in the second one, and even when I got announced, I do think there was like you said there was that element of people thought, oh, they've announced Tigger, they've announced the other characters like Owl and stuff, but they're definitely keeping something hidden in there. Do you know what I mean? Which obviously wasn't the case, and it could be the case for obviously future films. But yeah, I do think a lot of people were expecting Tigger to pop out, and then I don't know, at the end, Rabbit then pops out, or the Heffalumps or something. I think people were expecting someone else. But you got to wait. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more to come.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what it's like. Because like I wasn't like disappointed if Rabbit's not gonna be in there because the time I saw Tigger coming along, I was like,
Mhm.
oh they got a new character coming.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because it's like obviously Puniverse is now going to be absolutely insane because the amount of characters, but with Winnie 2, even that's very ambitious. Like it's four killers, which has never been done really in a horror film before. You don't often see that. Like normally you have one killer or maybe two at the most, like you have Freddy Krueger with his films and Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. But you get all these characters, and then yeah, to have four is ambitious. To have four characters doing their own thing. Um, that's like unheard of. And then now we're doing this film, like the next one being like, God knows, I don't know, is it 30? But I don't even know how many characters. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's sort of it's going to be like override. Do you know what I mean? Or like too much for the fans, but at the same time, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, because like what you said about four killers, like I think Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 2 was the first movie that I saw that has four killers.
Yeah, I can't think of. I was just thinking that I can't think of another movie where like obviously you sometimes get loads of villains like an army or something, but four actual killers with personalities and their own slasher sort of vibe going on. That's never really been done before. So yeah.
Yeah, because like I've seen a lot of horror movies and I can't recognize if the ones that has four killers, but I'll
Hmm.
find out later.
Hmm. Well, it's gonna be more and more and more universe, and then next one. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be like 100 killers at some point.
Yeah, because I know Puniverse is gonna have a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. That'll be like Winnie Two's. There's a lot of chaos going on in that film, but that would just be. Like, you know what I mean? Universe would just go to another level of chaos.
Yeah. Well, I really thank you so much for joining my
Thank
podcast.
you. I've loved it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I had a great time talking with you.
Yeah, no, enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and I can't wait to see you back as Tigger in Winnie the Pooh 3 and Puniverse Monster Assemble.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'll be back on the show. I'll come back on and talk to about it then.
Yep, sounds
Have a
great,
little chat about
Lewis.
it. Cool. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. See
See you
ya.
later. Bye bye.
Bye. This concludes today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview, and thank you so much, Lewis, for coming along to talk with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I cannot wait to see you coming back as Tigger in Winnie 3 and Puniverse. Next week, I will be discussing about the supernatural horror movie called Brightburn. I hope you guys really love the movie, because I love it as well. And I hope you enjoy the episode when it comes out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, stay spooky.